as a state, our focus is also more so on now actually speed of doing business. Because the investment ticket sizes have gone up substantially. Now it's all about billions. And 3 months delay, this way or that way, will throw your entire business case out of the window. So we understand that, and we intend to deliver on the speed of doing business. And that's been our forte. God has been kind. All the conversations we've had in early 19 are now coming back to help Andhra Pradesh. So we've split our governance into 100 days. We said first 100, second 100, third 100, and so on and so forth. So that gives a lot of focus, trust, and what we need to close. While 5 years seems too long, it goes by quite quick. So Mr. Naidu has sort of reoriented all of us to look at 100 days of governance. So when we finished our first 100 days, about 125 days into our governance. And me coming here signifies the importance of the relationship that we have with the Bay Area. And our focus on this particular region to attract investments back to the state of Andhra Pradesh. Just to recap the way we're looking at Andhra Pradesh, all of you know we're peculiarly a long state. We have the second longest coastline. We have 4 operational ports, 4 more are going to come on stream in the next 24 months. Saying that, again, just to recap, the Anantapur region, which is the southern tip, which borders Karnataka, is the automotive valley. I think Kia is a great example of speed of doing business. We've done it, we've proven it. I think India can move. So again, Kia is doing exceptionally well based out of Andhra Pradesh. Then that brings us to Kurnool, which is our entire renewable energy hub. The solar, wind, pump storage, hydro projects are coming out of there. And post the drone summit, the Honorable CM has announced that Kurnool will be our drone valley. So we're going to create a sandbox from a regulatory framework perspective and so on and so forth to get Kurnool started in that ecosystem. Chittoor and Kadapa is now the electronics hub. We were manufacturing close to 25% of the cell phones in India. Last 5 years it was a bit of a pause in that sense, so we have actually degrown back to 5%. We now need to sort of reinvigorate that entire ecosystem, but we already have amazing players. Andhra manufactures almost 50% of India's air conditioning, and there's going to be a few announcements in the white goods space coming out soon. So it's not just about the high-tech, we also care about the low-tech, jobs get created across the spectrum. Prakasam district is where your entire biofuels ecosystem is coming out as part of our ICE policy, integrated clean energy policy. We have the entire biofuel ecosystem coming out of Prakasam district. Of course, Krishna Guntur is all about the capital region. And Amravati, which was on a pause, will now be accelerated. Government of India has been very kind, and we're going to see close to about $5-6 billion worth of investment coming in to a greenfield city that India has not really built for the last few decades. So this will be in a true spirit of greenfield city, where it's not just about capital alone, it's about social infrastructure, creating economic activity up there. So Amravati will be on hyperdrive. Works are expected to start by December in that sense. So we'll see a lot of activity there. And I think it is the first of course ground up city, and it will be powered by AI. So a lot of conversations I've been having with partners and players here have all been talking about the good old days when they came to Amravati, they saw it. It could be traffic management, crime reduction, so on and so forth. I think a lot of work can actually be done in that area. East West Godavari, as Sir has already alluded, we are number 2 only to Ecuador in terms of aqua exports, and it's strategically very important. But I think a lot more work can be done in terms of our entire focus on value addition. And that's the second area. Petrochemical, East West Godavari is known, and there are going to be a few more announcements coming. Green hydrogen is another big thrust area for us as a state government in this entire area. Coming to North Andhra, which contributes to predominantly 3 districts, we are in the process, maybe 60 days away, where we will announce the world's largest chemical and pharma SEZ coming out there. All of you are aware we're getting a new airport, Visakhapatnam, being built by GMR, a group that's going to really transform the entire ecosystem. We're going to have India's largest MRO facility also coming up in Visakhapatnam. We're going to have a simulation university where we want to contribute to 25% of global manpower in the space, coming again out of Visakhapatnam. That brings me to the entire IT ecosystem in Visakhapatnam. All of you would have seen TCS's announcement there. We're working with the biggies to build the next campuses out in Visakhapatnam, a very strategic space in that sense. A lot of activity in the defense sector also comes into Visakhapatnam. And then the entire ecosystem around data centers, AI university, creating next generation thought leaders in AI, next generation engineers in AI. So it's a bold vision, as always, we made 6 promises to the electorate this time, and we're the first government to make a promise on job creation. The first promise is to create 20 lakh jobs, that's 2 million jobs in 5 years. So that is the single agenda with which we're going to work, and a singular focus is speed of doing business. Economic Development Board has been restarted. Unfortunately, Saikant had to rush to another meeting, so he's not with us, but he's the CEO of the board. He's young, he's just come from the field, and a lot of focus, a lot of orientation on getting things done. You will be seeing an announcement soon in the steel space. All it took us is 2 Zooms and 2 WhatsApp calls to clinch the deal. And that's the pace at which we're working. And I think this time around, as a state, we have a very important role to play nationally. If you look at it as a party, we've also historically played a very important role in Vajpayee's government. Not so politically, but more so from a regulatory perspective. So, if you look at deregulation of aviation, airports, the entire roads policy, telecom deregulation, Naidu ji had a very important role to play. And this time around, we're looking at playing a very important role in that sense of building the entire ecosystem for the nation and getting India ready for the next frontier. I believe the data revolution is here. There's going to be close to $300 billion getting invested in data centers alone every year for the foreseeable future. I believe India is poised. We have to at least attract 100 billion of that investment coming into India. And next 25 years is India's time. There's no second thoughts about it. And as a nation, we have a very important role to play at the global level. From a geopolitical standpoint, from a manufacturing standpoint, even if you look at China +1 strategy, India lends itself really well. But we need to really get our regulatory framework into place, a taxation framework far more streamlined than where we are. And the Government of India, of course, is very receptive in that sense, and we are working with them on bringing best-in-class policies to enable that. And as Honorable Prime Minister said, Vikasit Bharat agenda of 2047. Taking it from that, we are coming with the Vikasit Andhra Pradesh. We're going to launch in November, where we're going to have key performance indicators moving back and driving us on a quarterly basis, what should be delivered, what got delivered, where do we stand, and so on and so forth. So I welcome all of you to come revisit Andhra Pradesh. I understand last 5 years was not exactly conducive environment, but we are here. We're here to re-energize the entire ecosystem. We want to ink, sign, close everything in the first year, so we can focus a greater part of the next 4 years on execution and delivery. And it's no longer about big versus small, it's about fast versus slow. And speed of doing business is going to be a single forte. So thank you very much. Thanks for hosting me. Secretary, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time. And Mishra ji, if you have anything to add. All the economic generation portfolios are being handled by Mishra ji at the Chief Minister's office, and I'd like him to add a few words to this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Senior member, and a lot of officers also benefited by, if I may say, speed of doing business in the RPO office in Hyderabad those times. So we very warmly remember you in our nation as very heartening to note. So thank you so much. On that note, as Honorable Chen, where we are trying to attract investment geography-wise, there's nothing much to be added. Chief Minister, as you're well aware, is very particular about getting things done very fast, and that is why he's out. That is quite a strong achievement in terms of, because policies take a lot of time, about deliberation, MSME policy, the electronics policy and few other policies are already out, and by in another 2020 specific levels of growth which the government is providing them with. Having said that, the Andhra Pradesh is open. It's a goodwill that we seek the participation from all of you present here, and policy making who can help us in imagining things and taking the governance of in